And this time I hopped in your IG live. At that time I was like, that time you're speaking a bit Portuguese. I was like, man, I don't know. I don't understand the language. I'm mostly English, so
I know. Nah, it's all good, brother, man. Like, fuck this. It's crazy. Do you see like Cape Town Tigers are losing?
I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with the home team. What is going on with the home team, man? Like,
You know what it is? It's just, they
it's been
just
rough. It's been rough.
hey, it's reality. It's
What can that?
reality.
What do they have to do to win games at this point?
First
Because
of
they have
all,
six. They have three
they
more
got,
games.
they got chemistry issues.
Uh, hmm. I even saw your. They should bring in Dwayne Wade.
That's what I.
I'm saying. So you said yeah, that was funny because I know Zaire Wade played last edition,
Yeah,
and right now I don't know what's going on with that team because you have to win every single game counts. Like every single game is so important. And right now with Dynamo pulling out of the squad of the team rotation, so where are they gonna get those wins?
but you know what? There's
If-
another thing. Petro got 20-0 win. Then the other Fusrabat also 20-0. So they way behind in terms of
uh,
point difference, you know?
yeah,
They got an A.
for me,
Those-
Petro is my team. Like I am rooting for Petro because I felt like when they made the finals in 2022, I feel like in the off season they went and got Solo Diabate, they went and got Ater Majok. I was like,
yeah,
that was supposed to be it.
I
Those are
know.
the two pieces. Those are the two pieces that they needed to for a
Championship
finals.
experience, I know. I know.
And it just I feel like last year was just so underwhelming. I was actually rooting for them to go win because they made the finals at the time with the squad they had. But I don't know what happened in the playoffs because man, they just
The thing is, the Angolan league doesn't allow more than two import players. So
yeah.
my jock was the third one, so he couldn't play. He wasn't playing at home in Angola, right? So once they got to Kigali, it was it was something new because there was no team chemistry, you know. But they made it to the semifinals, right? And then they lost the semifinal game, and then they lost the third and fourth place. Life, that's
But
life.
but for me, I just have I had really high hopes for that squad. I felt like they could go all the way, and Alali just came in. They were actually I feel like we were sleeping on that team because we used to Zamalek.
I
We
know.
saw them the first time, the second year. Then we slept on Alali, and they just came in and won the whole thing, being led by Nuni Omot. So
He's
that man is special. He's
he's
special,
in. I mean, he should be in the NBA because he's got the complete package. He was in the G League for a while, whatever. He should be in the NBA. He's that good. He's
I'm
that
not
good.
sure. I'm not sure why then he's not being picked up because I was expecting him to get like
A 10
even
year.
even if it's a 1 year like $5 million deal. I know there's a roster spot somewhere for that guy. He can be like you know he's
He's in
used.
China now making money, you know. So it's good. He's
I
in.
mean, but the thing is like I'm very hopeful with Kaman Malwach. He committed to Duke. He's a projected like top 5 pick.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
man, I'm just excited when I see him like go like if he even goes like number 1 or number 2 overall, I'll be like, man,
Number one's gonna be hard. Depends on how well he performs at Duke. You know, if he kills
but
it, of course he's gonna go number one.
Duke is a talent factory.
True.
When those guys come out of Duke, like they're good, man. Like when they go
If
through that program,
yeah, they better. Yeah, they listen. If they and then it's all about connections. You know, they got connections to like there's so many former Duke players in different rosters in the NBA, so it's easy. I mean, it's really easy for them to get picked up and then drafted, and then they don't usually they don't make superstars.
yeah.
If you think like okay, there's Grant Hill, there's Zion.
There's Brandon Ingram. There's Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, he's
I
not
know
like
Cam. Okay. Brandon Ingram is solid, but like he plays in a small market in the New Orleans Pelicans, so his name just doesn't get brought up as
Yeah,
much. So, and also Zion, like Zion has had a lot of controversy, but the guy that also RJ Barrett. So
yeah,
I
RJ,
don't know, like yeah,
RJ, and then they had all these other kids before, like Bobby Hurley. They didn't make a lot in the NBA. Jay Williams, Carlos Boozer. They, I mean, they
uh,
like they stacked. You know,
but but I just hope he gets like top five. He just goes top five because if he's not the consensus number one overall pick, if he even goes like two, three overall, even number four, I'm okay with it. So
I mean, normally there's not the. I mean, I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about Thierry. Thierry, yeah, Darlan and Serge. You know, he's because normally like bigs, African bigs always get picked up. The African bigs is no problem, but then like the problem is like African small forwards or African uh, guards, which is yeah, man. Let me just check out what's the score. I want to check the scoreboard. Wait, let me see. I'm like
man, that Cape Town Tigers game, I mean, I don't know, man. What's going on with that camp? Because I was expecting at least, you can't go down, you can't go down like that. You need to get a win, man. Like
but listen, the first thing is team chemistry. You can't just bring Billy Preston and say, "Hey, give it a bill, take it." You know, because the difference between if you realize, okay, Angola we got Carlos right in Petro,
yeah,
but then we got a bunch of killers too.
Chile down down, Lucani, those
Goodness,
guys are beasts.
we got
Those
killers
are
too.
beasts.
So it's not like
I mean,
it's not like only one player. Like we got a bunch of
like
players.
I remember I actually get nightmares watching that Kenya versus Angola game because man, those guys were
But
killing
hey,
us. They're
we
killing
I
us.
told
Like
you,
even and
hey,
that young guy, like that Neto. Oh my god, hey dude, man, he's 17
listen,
and he's just washed us.
yeah,
Took
he's
us
a
to
complete
school.
package. He's a point guard. He's a point. He can
And
score
Juice and
whenever he wants
Bango.
to.
We got Juice and Bango, John Pedro. Oh man, come on.
Okay,
What else do
I'm
you need?
checking. I'm
You got
checking. Wait,
all the firepower, all that firepower on offense and defense.
hey man, but that's basketball. Let me see what the score is with these dudes over here. I think it's halftime, right?
Mm,
Wait, I think it's halftime. Wait, FIBA. No, the BAL.
it's some minutes.
Okay, games.
I'm checking.
Yeah,
I'm
so
checking them
up
out
by
through the
10.
Twitter.
They're up by 10.
But if your Rabat really stunned you guys in the first game, man,
I
like
know.
number one, I picked. Even I made a video talking about it. I picked Petro de Luanda to win that game. I was like, if your Rabat, it's their first time, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna get their welcome to BL moment at the time. So I was like, Petro de Luanda. I know they've got Carlos Morales in there. They've got
Still,
Chile Danda. They've got Luceni. So it's and also John Pedro. So I was like, come on, this is gonna be an easy dub. Then I was like, oh come on, what's going on?
hey,
Then
the thing is, they play like this, and today like Diarra is not playing that well. He only has 4 points, but then that kid is a beast. Alou Diarra, he's a beast, man. He's like,
Alodiara is. Did you see like this guy is like a specimen? He's like athletic specimen. There's this
yeah,
time he can jump out the he can jump out the court, the arena. And this time I was feeling scary for that kid because at this time that he fell, like he was getting like treated at the bench, like his legs. So I was like, will he be able to like continue playing because he's like his legs, man. I was like, he's
yeah. I
jumping, he
think,
landed awkwardly.
but you do
Will he
you
be
realize
able
they
to?
didn't play the next day. The next
Yeah,
game they didn't play. So they
yeah,
gave him enough time. He had like 2 days to get treatment. He
yeah.
had to. He was cramping up. Cramps. I mean, all you got to do is like eat bananas, drink a bunch of water. Like he probably got dehydrated, and then yeah, and then he's back. He's back. That kid is special. That kid is
Man, that
special.
and and I feel like the sky's the limit for that guy because he has the hops. He's very good at finishing above the rim action. If you put an alley for him, he can just finish
Oh
it. So no
no,
questions, no
I know
questions.
he doesn't. He doesn't. He just needs to work on his like like shooting ability a little bit and then dribbling. But then other than that, he's a complete package. He's like Ibaka used to be. Ibaka
Yeah,
or yeah. Then Ibaka developed into a shooter, so now he's a shooter.
but do you feel like do you feel like this guy like it's sustainable like the way he plays? Because I've seen this script, like a lot of players when they come up with that athleticism, they kind of take a step back in like playing and like working on like them skill moves because they just rely on their talent and like
I
their
know.
abilities, because there's always a balance. Look at a player like Giannis. Let's take a Giannis, right? So Giannis, he's a tall, he's 6'11", 6'12", almost 7 feet wingspan, 8 feet. So he has God given abilities, but if you look at his progression through the years, you can see he's working on his skill.
I know.
He
I
can at
know.
least dribble. He can right now he can even shoot the three ball, but not a high volume clip. But
But
you know,
still, he's improving. He's improving. Yeah, but they allowed him to happen. They allowed that to happen to go to the states, and then because I think if he had stayed in Europe, maybe he would work more on his ball handling, on his shooting, but he wouldn't develop as much physically like he did. So Giannis is like he's that kid is oh my goodness. He, I mean, the way
yeah,
he improved his body, like his because he was skinny. He was skinny. He was like one of those skinny Europeans that go to the league. Then 2 years later, he started noticing the
dude was
shoulder.
just buff, like he burnt buff.
Yeah,
Upper body was strong. He
yeah,
could finish. Nobody could guard him. Even like the bigs, he's too he was too long for even any big. Even if you
I
put a
know,
big
I
on
know,
him,
I know.
you know. So even the big question is, how do you how do you defend this rookie from
You don't,
FUS Rabat, the guy
you
Alou
don't.
Diarra? How
Because,
how do you game plan for that guy? Because
I mean, in Europe is kind of like they put a zone. They just put a zone to contain him. But if he goes to the NBA, which is open court and whatever, there's this little defensive 3 seconds, whatever. Hey, forget about it. And then in the NBA, there's only one play if you think about it, like high pick and roll. You go get it, and then get mismatch, work on a mismatch. But then, yeah, I think he would be a lot more dangerous in the NBA setting and NBA rules than it is in FIBA rules.